Little Ava Grace disappears at just age 6. What do we know? Listen.
She has family in Texas, Oklahoma, California, Florida, and Illinois. So that's kind of where we're thinking she might be hiding out or around that area. And we believe that there are people there in the San Antonio area that helped her get out of the state. So there's somebody there that knows where she's at.
Is this beautiful little girl, Ava Grace, still alive? Her father insists, yes, she is. Is she being kept in hiding? And if so, why? This as conspiracy theories emerge, identifying the little girl as a TikTok star. Joining me an all-star panel, but first to a very special guest joining us tonight. It's Ava Grace's father, David Hopper, and with him, Tina Hopper Fulbright, Ava Grace's auntie. To both of you, thank you for being with us. You know, David Hopper, you were blessed with a little girl, a beautiful little girl. And for 6 years, she was in your life. I can't imagine taking one step without my daughter and my son in my life. And I've got to hear, how have you managed to keep going without Ava Grace?
It's a battle every day. I have a good support team. My family's behind me, kind of keep me going. My faith in God and believing His promises, and just there's times you have to, remove yourself from the case itself and just have hope. So that's what I do.
Why are you convinced, Mr. Hopper, that Ava Grace is still alive?
Because of Katie's background. She was her and her 2 brothers were hid out from her family, also by her dad, and they were hid out for 16 years. So it's a learned behavior, and I just kind of feel in my heart that that's what's going on here. I think that not only that, but with her family not helping and searching for them and not being involved in the case, it just kind of just something I feel in my heart that someone knows where she's at and she's alive. If her dad could do it and get away with it for 16 years, like I said, it's a learned behavior, and I think that's what's happening now.
I mean, look at her. She doesn't even have all of her grown-up, her adult teeth yet. I mean, this gut's apparent. I mean, a visceral cut. To see these videos, and we're getting these videos from the Hopper family. I mean, David, how many times have you looked at these and looked at these and looked at these over and over and over of little Ava Grace?
Too many. Too many times. Like I say, you got to learn to distance yourself from it at times.
You know what, David? My husband once had a closet. He once had a closet full of his clothes and shoes and all of his stuff. No more. You know what that closet now is? The whole thing? Albums. Handmade albums of the twins by me. And yes, I go back and look at them all the time, right? I look at them all the time. I can't help it. Now I have the phone, of course, so I can scroll through and look at them. When you look at all of these videos and pictures of your little girl, what goes through your mind, David?
Pain, emptiness. Like I said, hope. There's days I have good days. There's days that, it's brought to my remembrance, and like right now, it's kind of sad. I mean, it is. I've missed out on her entire life, and that's all I've ever wanted was a family and a child. And when you have it and it's robbed from you, it just leaves an emptiness in your heart that nothing can fill that void. So, but at the same time, it makes me smile because I see how beautiful she is, and I do have that hope that I'll be reunited with her again soon.
That day when a Ford Escape is found abandoned in a parking lot on Whitby Road in San Antonio. That car wasn't left there by chance. That car was left in that location for a reason. I want to think through this. David Hopper, why do you believe Baldwin's car was left in that location to be found?
really, I don't know on that. There's all sorts of speculations on that, but I think because she had help, because she'd go to the hookah bars and stuff like that. And as we done our little investigation, we found out that there was one nearby there. So I kind of feel like there were some people in the San Antonio area that helped her get out of there. If you also, we found out that there's not a lot of cameras around there, so it was easy to get in and out. So to me, I just think that she had help getting out of town. That's where they picked her up at.
Okay, you're not making me feel any better, David, by saying that Mom visited the hookah bars all the time. The abandoned car, the Ford Escape, left clearly so it would be found. To send what message tonight? Where is Ava Grace? And what does TikTok have to do with this, if anything? After finding the vehicle abandoned, it gets worse. Listen.
Catherine Baldwin has a history of alcohol and prescription drug abuse, as well as mental illness for which she takes medication. Since she and Ava went missing, a prescription has not been filled in her name. Law enforcement says they believe Baldwin is moving frequently, and it is possible she is visiting homeless and women's shelters, claiming she is a victim of stalking. The case of Ava Baldwin is being investigated as a non-custodial parent abduction.
Ava's dad receives a strange call one day after Ava's school reports the 6-year-old hasn't been to class in well over 21 days.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine getting a call from the school and they say, where's your little girl? Where's your 6-year-old girl? She's not only absent today, she hasn't been here for 21 days. Listen.
Ava Grace Baldwin is a very active little girl. She enjoys cheerleading, gymnastics, soccer, and tumbling. That is why it is such a surprise when the principal of the private school Ava Grace attends in San Antonio calls her father, David Hopper, at his home in Oklahoma September 17th, asking if he can explain why Ava Grace has missed the last 21 days of school. Hopper has no idea and calls the San Antonio police to report 6-year-old Ava Grace Baldwin missing. Police go to the address listed for Ava Grace at the school and immediately know they have a really big problem. The address Catherine Baldwin put down for a home address for Ava is a vacant lot.
Police believed when Catherine realized Hopper was going to give custody, Baldwin panicked and ran off with the child.
Oh my stars. Police immediately begin investigating where is Ava Grace, and they go to the LKA last known address, and it is a vacant lot. Tina Hopper Fulbright, this is Ava Grace's auntie, joining me along with her dad, David. Tina, when you learned the address was a vacant lot, your stomach had to drop to your ankles.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I want to circle back to where we were before I go off on the vacant lot. Did you have any idea the bio mom was performing sex acts on camera with Ava Grace in the background? How did you find out about that?
Mr. Moore, which was the 80-year-old man she married, his family, he divorced her through the courts down in Boerne, Texas. And David was down there along with my mother, and they listened to the testimony, and that was brought up in court.
So you had no idea this was going on until you sat in on the 80-year-old's divorce. What else, if anything, did you learn from that testimony?
I learned a lot. But everything we learned
and I
was
want to hear it. Tell me.
Well, Ava missed 30-something days of 9 weeks of her kindergarten school. And when they went out to welfare check on her, she had painted polka dots all over and said that she had chicken pox. The neighbor lady informed us that she give Ava salt baths in pure salt, rock salt. I learned that when she took off to Florida, she tried to give Ava to the people that she was staying with. She was staying in a shelter. Some people had Ava at 3 years old, and she was going to leave Ava in the state of Florida while she come back to fight David over custody. That didn't work. I learned a lot. A lot. take hours to tell you what I learned. It was a sad deal.
I know that the bio mom in this case has an adult daughter who is still living. Catherine Ann Baldwin has an adult daughter that, according to documents, was adopted out. But that's not what you say happens. What happened to her adult daughter?
Her adult daughter lives in California, and I'm saying she sold her because that's the story that Katie told us, that the people paid her money. They were her godparents, and they paid her money throughout her whole time. But at one time, she took that child from them people and took her down to Florida and kept her down there for 3 or 4 months. It was an open adoption, and she took her down there for 3 or 4 months and took them from the people from California. So she took that child too, but then she returned that child.
Catherine Baldwin has ties to several states, including Florida, and Ava Grace's father, David Hopper, says there is a case in Florida where Catherine Baldwin approaches a couple about taking custody of Ava and raising her. The couple is shocked by the offer and reach out to local law enforcement, but police are unable to locate Baldwin or Ava Grace.